What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we got a Carly Simon song battle. We got The Way I've Heard It Should Be versus Mockingbird, brought to us by my friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Seals. Thank you, Seals. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below, the patron link on the end screen. We could not make it without the patrons. And we will start with the first track, The Way I've Heard It Should Be, from the Carly Simon album in 1971, her debut studio album. Seal says the song is about how marriage is not always what it's cracked up to be. The first verse is about her mom and dad, the second verse is about her friends from college, and the third verse is her having second thoughts about her impending marriage to her boyfriend. This is one of the first songs she did. I found it was the lead single. Elektra Records were concerned the song was too emotionally complex to be released as her first single. About the song, Carly was quoted years later saying, "When I first wrote it, I thought it was an unusual thing for people to break up, and now all my friends are divorced." This was a big hit. It went to number 10 in the US, 6 on the adult contemporary chart, 15 in Canada. It's also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Female Vocalist. Now, we don't have any Carly Simon up on the channel, which seems insane to me, but somehow we don't. So I'll have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Seal.
My father sits at night with no lights on. His cigarette glows in the dark. The living room is still. I walk by, no remark. I tiptoe past the master bedroom where my mother reads her magazines. I hear her call sweet dreams, but I forget how to dream. But you say it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me, we'll marry. My friends from college, they're all married now. They have their houses and their lots. They have their silent noons, tearful nights, angry dawns. Their children hate them for the things they're not. They hate themselves for what they are. And yet they drink, they laugh, close the wound, hide the scar. But you say it's time we moved in together, raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me, we'll marry. You say that we can keep our love alive. Babe, all I know is what I see. The couples cling and claw and drown in love's debris. You say we'll soar like two birds through the clouds, but soon you'll cage me on your shelf. I'll never learn to be just me first by myself. Well,
right, that's the way I've always heard it should be. An epic songwriting tale here, right? Just fantastic. And Seals summarized it for us at the start, but her father, it starts out her father's sitting in probably the living room. No lights on, a cigarette is in the dark. Oh yeah, it says the living room is still. Carly walks by, no remark. Then she tiptoes past the master bedroom where mom's reading magazines. Several of them are on the bed, so she's been doing that for a while. And I hear her mom calls sweet dreams. But I forgot how to dream. And then the chorus, but you say it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. Not seen it, but heard it. You want to marry me? We'll marry. And talking about her friends from college, they're all married now, but nothing's going well for them either, right? They argue, they have a silence, and then they have arguments. And then their children hate them for the things they're not. They hate themselves for the things that they are. And they drink, they laugh, they close the wound to hide the scar. So they're drinking to just kind of escape into Neverland and pretend like this isn't the way their life is. And then gets back to the chorus. And then you say that we can keep our love alive, babe. All I know is what I see. The couples cling and claw and drown in love's debris. So she's like, man, I love you. And I know what this is supposed to be, but I just don't see it that way because I've never seen it that way. And then the last verse, you say we'll soar like two birds through the clouds, but soon you'll cage me on your shelf. I'll never learn to be just me first by myself. So she's basically saying, I want to live by myself for a while so I can find me. But then the chorus starts again, but eventually we'll marry. So a song that I think a lot of us have lived out in life. I mean, my parents married, they're still married. They shouldn't have been married longer than a minute just because, but I mean, I'm glad for my sake they were, but they've been married a very long time since I came into this world. And I guess to each his own if you want to muddle through that. But yeah, great song. Second track is Mockingbird from the Hotcakes album in 1974, her fourth studio album. Seal says this is a duet she did with James Taylor, who was her husband at the time. It's a rock and roll version of the lullaby Hush Little Baby. It was first done by Charles and Inez Fox back in 1963. I found that Hotcakes was a very personal album for Carly as she was pregnant with her first child. Another hit from the same album addressed another aspect of the pregnancy. The song was I Haven't Got Time for the Pain. So the lead single went 5 in the US, 3 in Canada, 8 in Australia, and 34 in the UK. It was James's idea to remake Mockingbird. He knew it from a live performance by Inez and Charlie Fox at the Apollo Theater in 1965, and a song that Taylor and his sister Kate Taylor had often sung for fun as teenagers. The song does feature a considerable lyrical adjustment by Taylor and keyboard work, listen to this, from Dr. John. Robbie Robertson's on rhythm guitar and a tenor saxophone solo by Michael Brecker. So we got some heavyweights on this one. All right, Mockingbird, a song that grew on me. I didn't really care for it at first. And then as it went on, it's got great musicianship, obviously. And, the cool off-sync play between Taylor and Simon. And it just, as it grows in and they start really exploring their voices more, I thought it really worked. So it was just a good, fun song. But now I got to pick a winner. And while Mockingbird was fun, I thought the way I've always heard it should be was this masterful songwriting, a great performance that just drew me in from the start. So that's going to be my winner. But I need your help. What do you think down below? Which one do you like better and why? All right. Thanks again to Seals for bringing Carly Simon to our channel for the first time, which, like I said, is insane. We have about 3,000 videos up, so that's crazy. But thank you to Seals. He always brings the heat. And until next time, guys, I will see you.